When booking a flight, there is usually a large variety of airlines to choose from. Full-service airlines such as Emirates, Qatar Airways or Turkish Airlines usually offer meal services, in-flight entertainment and many more amenities on board, but for a higher price than budget carriers. Over the past few years, the budget airline sector has been dominating the aviation market, with many people choosing price over comfort. Now what if you mix them together? Yes! If you didn't know, there is a budget airline which is a trademark of Turkish Airlines, a full-service airline, and is known to be one of the best airlines in the world. The airline I'm talking about is Anadolujet. Anadolujet operates a small fleet of under 100 aircraft, however are hoping to more than double its fleet in the next few years. A difference from Turkish Airlines is that instead of operating from Istanbul's main airport, they operate from Istanbul Sabiha Gökçen Airport, a smaller airport located on the outskirts of Istanbul on the Asian side. Now there aren't many flight reviews of Anadolujet, so I didn't know what to expect, but today I'll be flying from Istanbul to Dalaman on Anadolujet's Airbus A321neo. I'll be comparing this experience with the flights I took last year from Istanbul's main airport to Dalaman on Turkish Airlines' Airbus A321. Hello and welcome from Istanbul Sabiha Gökçen Airport. As soon as you enter the airport terminal, you pass through a security checkpoint like you would do in any other Turkish airport. After this, there is a large check-in area for many different airlines, which was cool, with one of the larger ones being Anadolujet, along with Pegasus, which is also based here. The check-in area for Anadolujet was not busy, which I liked, and after checking in my luggage, I passed through a security once again and headed airside. I was really surprised with the domestic terminal, with it being very clean, spacious, and offering an outstanding amount of shops and restaurants. I decided to get a quick bite and then headed into the gates area to plane spots before I board my flight, and it didn't take long for my 3-month-old Airbus A321neo to arrive. It was thankfully turned around quickly and we headed on board on time. Welcome on board. When booking this flight, I saw that row 3 was available for free, so I opted for that seat as I love gazing into the engine during the flights. When I first stepped on board, I was surprised to also see that there were business class seats on board, and that meant that my seat was the first row of economy, which meant extra leg room. Even though it was unintentional, I'm really glad I booked this seat. I was also surprised to see that the cabin also wasn't any Turkish Airlines or Anadolujet's colours, but still looks really good and was extremely comfortable. Even though this flight was under an hour, I wouldn't mind sitting in the seats for much longer. The seats also had a decent recline and a very strong adjustable headrest. In the armrest, there was also a foldable tray table which let you get out of your seat when it was half open, and it also had this cool phone holder which was quite rare to see and should be more common, including on an aircraft with no entertainment systems. Along with this, there was also a universal outlet with a USB port under the seat and individual air vents above. All of the other seats behind me also had a phone holder and a USB port on the seat backs, and the legroom didn't look too bad with a pitch of around 30 inches. Altogether, these seats were more like seats a full-service airline would offer instead of a budget airline, where there were usually no recline and hardly any legroom. Not too long later, the crew did the safety demonstration, which felt different as usually Turkish Airlines have their safety video on the in-flight entertainment, and we pushed back and taxied to the runway. The taxi views did not disappoint, and before I knew it, I heard the infamous Pratt & Whitney engine howl as we spooled up and departed Istanbul for Dalaman. Quite quickly, the crew came down the aisles with food carts and handed out some water, but that was practically it. It was a really short flight on a budget airline, so it was decent enough to get a free bottle of water. Compared with my Turkish Airlines flights last year, I got a warm sandwich with the choice of juice, tea or coffee, but with budget airlines you usually get what you pay for. As you may expect, nothing much else really happened during the flight, and so I thought it would be a good time to do a loo review. At the back of the Airbus A321neo, there are 3 lavatories for economy, which are extremely spacious for a narrow-body aircraft and very clean. They were cleaned every so often during the flight as well. I think something that would have made this flight better would be to have Wi-Fi available on board to purchase, which unfortunately Anadolujet doesn't offer. I also went to speak with the crew in the front galley and they were really open about their job, and we discussed the differences between working on Turkish Airlines and Anadolujet, as both airlines use the same crew. They also told me that they actually prefer working on Anadolujet rather than Turkish Airlines, as there was much less work to do during the flights. Before I knew it, we had started our descent into Dalaman Airport. I feel like this approach is highly underrated, as the views when coming in are absolutely spectacular. The mountains and the greenery is amazing, and if you land or take off into the south, you can get stunning views of the south coast of Turkey. After we had landed and parked, the crew also let me enter the cockpit to meet the captain, who I got to know used to be a first officer on the Airbus A330 and now works on the Airbus A321 and A321neo. He was extremely friendly and answered some of my aviation related questions about becoming a pilot. In conclusion, I was really shocked at how good Anadolujet was, and I'm surprised that not many people know about them. In the future, I'll definitely fly them again, and I feel like compared to many other European budget carriers, Anadolujet really stands out with their cabin service and their onboard offerings. Thank you for watching this video. Before you click off, please check out my Instagram, the link is in the description. Please also give this video a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.